AFCON 2023 and Equatorial Guinea have beaten the hosts 4-0. 4-0. 4-0. 4-0. The hosts in the game that is going to decide whether you're staying in the tournament or not. 4-0. This has sent shockwaves throughout Africa. I can't remember a host getting embarrassed like this. Like, the last one I can think of, like, honestly, is probably that Germany-Brazil game in the World Cup semi-final. Obviously, there was a World Cup semi-final. That's when the stakes were high as hell. This one, the stakes are still high because you're not only losing 4-0, you're losing to a team that we didn't even think was going to make it out of the group. And now they've topped the group 4-0. Guys, Drogba was just like, I felt so bad for Drogba. I felt like Drogba was going to get a heart attack, I'm sorry to say, at any moment. Like, I felt bad for the man. Like, I could feel his pain. 4-0, guys, 4-0. Equatorial Guinea. I will not take anything away from them. The game plan worked to perfection. First of all, they have a keeper who can catch the ball. In the comments, I had C Radius. We had a TikTok live. C Radius saying that Fofana is just doing another Onana. And that's exactly what he was doing. Fofana was just like punching the ball like the last goal. Punching the ball to Bulia. And then Bulia just has that easy, like he just has to score. That's all he needs to do. And Bulia's goal was actually quite impressive because I can't remember who came off one of the two guys who came off the bench. It was either Luis Asue or Alex Balboa. They ran, like, just to run and just attack because these guys, their spirits were broken. And the thing that broke their spirits was the free kick. The second goal by Garnet. The Garnet free kick was amazing. Like, the keeper did his own useless things, nonsense. But he actually placed that ball in a place where he could touch it, yes, but it wasn't going to affect anything. But that goal broke their spirit because after that goal, there was nothing. Like, after that goal, they considered the third goal almost in. And the third goal was when after Emiliano Nsue scored the third goal, again, Jose Machine on the assist. I'm telling you guys, Jose Machine is a big deal. He was one of the key players. If you look at our Equatorial Guinea team preview for this tournament, he was one of the players we put there just because another assist. He just keeps on getting assists. The replay started with Côte d'Ivoire's kickoff. Like, that's how bad it was. And then Willy Bolly. What is Willy Bolly doing? Willy Bolly is playing like a Nottingham Forest defender, which he is. He's a Nottingham Forest defender. But out of that entire backline, he's the only person playing like he doesn't play in a professional league. Why is he just falling back? Everyone else is playing a high line and he's just falling back by himself. Put on everyone onside. And it was just as easy as that. They just scored like... Okay, in as much as I want to blame him for that, which I will, but the other people also have to take blame. You can't just lose the ball like that and you're not falling back. Your first thing has to be, but the way they pushed up, it means they were pressing. It means that's what they were told to coach. The coach told them to do. And Bolly did the opposite. I don't know, man. Like, it's either them or Bolly. Again, whoever it is, the free kick that Garnet scored, it was still Bolly who handled the ball. And he's telling the ref like it wasn't a handball. The one thing I don't understand about footballers is you do something so blatant and then you're like, no, it wasn't me. We can see you. There is replays in 6K, 60 frames per second that are being replayed all over the world with different angles plus VAR and linesmen. Like, yo, bro, like, stop it. Just stop it. It's not going to work. So for me, I was obviously, when after going 1-0 down, Côte d'Ivoire they scored 2 goals, which were both disallowed. They scored one just before halftime, Sangare's goal, which was disallowed, I think, for offside. And then in the second half, who else scored? Someone else scored. Crasso came on, triple sub. Coach made a triple sub, and Crasso came on and scored. 15th of all or 17th. I don't even know where I am. Let's talk about this coach. Why would you start a game like this where you need goals? Nicolas Pepe as the false 9. Some things just don't make sense. Like, as Jeff and Lupo were saying in the stream, in the live, some heads are going to be rolling because someone needs to be fired. There are some things you cannot answer. Like, the fans were streaming out of the stadium, guys. Like, do you know how bad it is for the fans? Like, I was laughing at how... Like, you can't help but laugh, like, at how mediocre Côte d'Ivoire were. And then I stopped laughing and realized that we're hosting AFCON in 2027. And if this happens to us, that will be us in the stands crying. But yeah, anyway, kudos to Equatorial Guinea. Emilion Sue was already top scorer, adds an extra 2 goals. Like, this boy plays as a right back in the 3rd division of Spain. He is now the leading goal scorer, the striker in AFCON 2023. Who would have thunk? Equatorial Guinea finished top of the group. Obviously, the other game finished 1-0 to Nigeria. I'm going to talk about that in a few. Yeah, for me, Emilion Sue, obviously man of the match. Pablo Garnett was really good. Like, he's just that person who just stirs up everything. But he does it in such a nice way, right? It's a combination of him and who's the other guy? Iban Salvador. Like, they just stir shit up and they just find ways to annoy you as an opponent. But if they're on your team, you'd love them, yeah? There was even a Max Gradel sighting. The last time I saw Max Gradel was at Bournemouth. I don't know how many years ago. And in AFCON, I think 2017 or 2015. Like, this team is just poorly constructed. Frank Kessie has been the captain. Frank Kessie, has been quiet the last 2 games. He has completely disappeared. The only person who showed me heart in this game, actually 2 people, I'd say, Sangare and Seko Fofana. Pepe was trying hard in the beginning until he was subbed off. Kwame was also trying to give it his all. But for me, the standouts for Côte d'Ivoire were Sangare and Seko Fofana. But what are you standing out if you're losing 4-0, right? Like, it doesn't really matter, does it? The hosts losing 4-0, that is embarrassing. Like, I actually feel, wow, I really feel for the fans. We haven't even talked about the first goal, Nsue's first goal. What's his name? Number 15, Carlos Acapo, the right back. It came off a throw-in. This boy went through 4 players and I wrote them down. Number 20, Kwame. Number 21, Ndika, the centre back, a whole defender. 6, Fofana. And 8, Frank Kessie. He went through all those 4 people, put in a low cross, and Nsue's job is just to tap it in. And I was like, guys, this is your home tournament. You need to show some effort. You need to show some drive, some passion. Yo, 4-0, guys. 4-0. Wow. Equatorial Guinea qualified top of the group with 7 points. Nigeria in 2nd place with 7 points. And Côte d'Ivoire are now in 3rd place with 3 points. Obviously, they're not out yet. But that goal difference of -3 is a big factor because there are other teams. We want to see the 4 best placed number 3s qualified to the round of 16. And so far, it's all looking good for them. As I said earlier, I think 4 points will be where the threshold is. I feel like at least 3 teams will get 4 points. So yeah, let's see. The last AFCON, the lowest team that qualified finished with 3 points and -1 goal difference. Then -2 goal difference. Then in 2019, it was South Africa with 3 points and -1 goal difference. So let's see. Côte d'Ivoire have 3 points and -3 goal difference. Maybe they make it through as one of the runners of the best placed number 3 finishers. Yeah, and that's a wrap for Group A.